What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode where we just talk about the NAS100. And welcome to this video. So you've seen the thumbnail, you liked all the bright colors, and you decided that obviously you want to come along and find out what the fuss is all about. Well, it's not to disappoint you in regards to the analysis that I'll be sharing with you in regards to how I plan on playing the NAS this week. Because this week, believe it or not, literally I'm going to have a lot of time to play around in the markets, and so this analysis might be a little bit longer than planned. It just depends on how it goes. As a matter of fact, you know, we play it by ear. It could be really long or it could be quite short. We'll just see how it goes, right? So first things first, we're going to turn on all the work we did from Friday. So from Friday, well, on Friday, not from Friday, on Friday, I talked about this particular trend over here. So the one I'm moving, this one right here, right? I talked about that and how price keeps obeying it, okay? And it's yet to break through in a substantial way, okay? So we can see we had a break over here, right? And as soon as that break was produced, we then had this, okay? And since then, this trend line has not been broken, okay? Could it break this time around? Maybe, but we'll see how it goes. Now, if it does break, what will we be looking at? What are the potential gains for us? Okay, so say we take a trade from where it is right now, okay? We will be looking at just over 2,000 pips in profits if it rises and it goes all the way to the upside, all right? However, if it does what it's been doing, then it's going to give us around 848 pips. And that's it, just going from here to here, right? Okay, so now that we've got that covered, let's get into what is actually happening. So as we can see what the NAS is doing, and I am going to go into a lower time frame, right? I am, but for now we're just going to start off for the day, okay? So as you can see, what the NAS is doing right now is that it's producing a shape that I really like. It fills me with confidence to see this shape, right? And that is a structure that I believe will be going something along the lines like this. Actually, you know what? This thing doesn't look right. Let me just draw it manually. So, So that is a structure that I believe is going something like this, right? Something like this. Now, this structure, we've seen it before. It's happened before, okay? Hence why we want to pay close attention to what it's doing now. All right. So this structure that I've just drawn over here, okay? If you're new to this game of trading, right, I want you to look at this chart, right, and tell me where you have seen this structure appear before. And if you can't see it, it's staring you right in your face, but we just have a very smaller version of it right now, okay? And that is this zone right here. This zone right here is where we see that's a bigger version of that, okay? And what happened after? Well, it zigzagged, squeezed into the bottom, and then broke to the upside. Okay, now that is what I'm expecting in this zone right here, okay? And so for example, if you was trading this on a lower time frame, right, this is an easy trade to get into and profit off of, right? Really easy, right? Today I didn't take any trades in this just because I had to just finish off all of my other tasks that I had to do. So I was like, look, I'm just going to monitor the situation because I want to get it as close to the bottom as possible. But where I have more time, so for example, from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to have a lot of time so I can do the 15-minute, 1 minute, you name it. I can do it all from tomorrow. There is no issue whatsoever. I'm not going to be missing what's going on in this overall situation, going up and on its way down. But as you can see, it's beginning to burn out steam, right? And if you look at this overall structure over here in comparison with the MACD, we can see the MACD is in a downtrend. Now that is a good indicator for me. Why is that a good indicator for me? Because if I'm looking to be taking buys to the upside, okay, then I want the MACD to be in the bottom trend. I want it to be negative, okay, because if it's positive and I'm taking buys, basically there's a very good chance I could end up holding the back because it's gone up, it's at the high point. So imagine you bought at this level, right, which is this level right here. Either you're holding a big red or you would have been closed out. One of the two would have happened, okay? Now the MACD has to be used in conjunction with a lot of other things for it to really be on point, but it is a super powerful tool. It is a super powerful tool. It's the most powerfulest tool I've ever come across in the whole of my trading career. Literally is the most powerfulest one. There are all types of indicators out there, but this is the one for me that I'm like, right, this is the gold standard. And literally when I started this channel, I wasn't even using the MACD. Hence why this is always what's the word I'm looking for? It's an evolving journey that you go on. You're always learning new things. Okay, so that's enough of my little spiel on how much I'm in love with the MACD. Okay, let's get back to the analysis because that's why you guys are here. You definitely don't care about how I feel about the MACD. You want to know how can you use the MACD to profit yourself. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about right now. All right, so at the moment, if you look at this on a 4 hourly, right, and as I mentioned in the back testing video, if you want to know what time frame we're on, right, just look at the watermark in the background. This is the watermark right here. Okay, it's on every single video that I do so that you guys know what time zone I'm using. I mean, what time frame I'm using. All right. Okay, so let's get right back into it. So this is the current trend that we've got at the moment. As a matter of fact, let me change this and go into an hourly. Hourly is much better, right? So we're going to do this on an hourly. So this is the current trend that we got going on right now in regards to the squeeze that I was talking about. And we are going to get new lows, okay? Now, I'm thinking price is going to reject from this level right here. So price is going to pull down from this level right here or round about in that zone. That's my opinion, right? So that's the price over here. So that's, in my opinion, price is going to do something like this. Okay. And then possibly come back down again. But I'm not expecting price to break above this high over here. Okay. We're going to get that later on when it actually does that. All right, and the moment we are going to know when that price is about to push to the upside is it's going to give us something like this, at which point we would know we have an inverted head and shoulders, right? So this zone right here is where I would be expecting price to bounce off from. Okay, so this little trend that I've drawn right here, so let me just make this a little bit thicker for you guys. Right, so this trend, let me make it even thicker so it really pops. Okay, so this trend here that I've drawn over here, it is a channel that we can actually trade in the coming days and weeks. Okay, right, and this little zone that we've covered in this area right here on the hourly, this is the most likeliest zone for it to do the push to the upside from, because it needs to do a push to the upside before it breaks back down again. So it's going to come back to this zone somewhere, right? Give us a double top. And then if it loses momentum at this level, we know that structure is about to break to the upside. Structure is about to break to the upside, okay? So I'm going to leave this over here for now and just say that this is it. But let's just figure out what this channel is worth to us, because that's important, especially if this is going to be going on for a couple days, right? We want to make sure that at least we're eating in this little channel, because we can't eat from this channel. And the golden rule trading in the channel is don't buy the middle. Okay, right? So whatever the position is that you take, you never take anywhere in the middle. It's always either down the bottom, the trends down the bottom, or the trends at the top for the sells. But you don't trade the middle until it does something like this. It produces a higher low, or we see a double top. We see a double top, which basically means that it's now trying to push above this trend line over here, the one I'm about to make thick, or the one I've actually just pointed the price to, but I'm going to make it a little bit thicker for you guys so you actually see it. So if it breaks above this trend level right here, okay, right, then we know it's actually going to be pushing up. But however, if it produces a higher low, right, then we can take a calculated risk at this bottom bit, or I will be taking a calculated risk at this level right here, assuming that price will be breaking up, because I still won't know. I literally won't know. I'll just be looking at it like, say, from here, all right, I believe it's going to do that, and then obviously I'll put my money where my mouth is and see if it actually does that. That's just how I plan on playing it. So in regards to this zone, because you guys are probably interested to know what the pricing of this is, so that obviously you can double confirm that with on your own charts, right? So this is the zone. So the top level is 11295.65, and the bottom level is 11194.79. All right. When price does a bounce off this zone, so it bounces off this zone, that for me, I'll be taking a calculated risk to jump in. That's just me, by the way. What you're gonna do, obviously, you got to see if it makes sense for you. So let me get rid of these price points, because you can always go back and pause the video to get these numbers up for yourself, right? So I'm just going to get rid of these price points for now, and I'm just going to look into a little 15-minute to see what I plan to do tonight, because literally, because I know I have all the time in the world for myself tomorrow, there isn't really any need for me to go to bed tonight. To be fair, I could trade all night up until the early hours of the morning, and get a couple hours of sleep, grab some food, jump in the shower, go for a little run in the park, and then come back and do the same thing again. And I'm going to be doing that for 4 days straight. Literally, I want to see how much I can get. And plus, this is going to be a good benchmark for me as well, because I am thinking of making a really big decision soon. But I want to know, do I really have what it takes? Do you know what I mean? Like, you just can't do things. You got to know, you got to test out the theory first to see if you are really there or if you need more time. And this week is going to do that for me. So right, so let's go into a little 15-minute, and let's see how the 15-minute looks. Okay, so I measured this channel is about 500 pips. Okay, right, so first things first, let me figure out how big this block is first. Okay, so that's going to be until 6 in the morning. Okay. All right, so what should I do? 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 Because I'm really thinking about jumping in with some trades today. I'm really thinking about doing that. Let me see what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so we definitely got a double top zone right here. This is where it's at. This is where it's at right now. So literally 1 hour from now, markets will be closing, okay? And I need to know what it does in this zone, because this is where it's at the moment. We have a top over here and we have another top over here. Two very important locations. Now, when market opens at 11:30 in the evening today, right, I need to see where this jumps up to. So if it closes below down here, okay, then what I would do is I'll say, you know what, I'm not going to trade anything tonight. I won't trade anything tonight. I'm going to go sleep, and I'll wait to see what it does in the morning. This thing jumps up to, or jumps or pulls back down from. And then I'm then going to decide how I'm going to play it. But however, it is going to be super interesting tomorrow in terms of what we're going to be able to do. All right. So let me zoom back out. Let me go into a bigger time frame. So this is how overall price looks, right? So the main areas that I want you guys to focus on, or the main areas that I'm going to be focused on is so we can see this zigzag going on here. Actually, you know what? I'll keep this there because it's a good reference point, right? So what are the areas of interest? What are the areas of interest for us as we move into tomorrow? What are the areas of interest for us as we move into tomorrow? Well, it is this, right? So this is the zone that we need to keep an eye on. Okay, this is the zone that we need to keep an eye on. And this is the price. That's the top price and that's the bottom price. Anything in between the middle is workable. And what kind of size are we looking at in regards to the middle itself? Just to cover everything, potential stops. Okay, so the middle zone, this is where we want to be thinking. This is where I'm going to be thinking about taking entries. Should I see this setup over here? Okay, we'll be looking at potential of 100 pips. All right, so I've got to make way for having 100 pips ready for this move to the upside. Ideally, if I catch it down here, then it's fantastic. Then I probably won't even need 100 pips. I probably just need about maybe 50 or 40, something really light that I can work with. Okay, but obviously we'll know when the time comes. So these are the two areas of interest for us. Okay, and I'm going to color these blue for buys. These are the buys that we're interested in, right? These are buys that we're interested in. Let's make so that they're both blue for buys, right? And should we get a pullback from this level over here, so this trend line over here, right? This is going to be the sell level. This should be the sell level. All right. So the sell level is 1152.3.99, and the buy zones, right, is going to be 11,294.13 and 11189.06. Okay, and then there is another buy zone as well that we could take, and that is the buy zone for this move right here, right? This is the buy move for this move right here, and that would be this one right here, this one right here. So let's make that into a nice little buy, and that is that, and that is 11,007.36, the kill zone. 007, you gotta love it, you just gotta love it, right? So I think I have pretty much covered, right, everything I needed to talk to you guys about in regards to potential move to the zone. Yes, I do know this chart is looking hella messy, but hey, it is what it is. It could be a lot messier. We could have ikimokos all over the place and moving averages and everything else going on in there, but it's nice and simple. Nice and simple, exactly how it should be, right? So these are the three zones that we're looking for in regards to buys, okay? And this is the zone that we're looking for in regards to sells, right? Okay, and what else? What else do I need to add? What else do I need to add? Now, in saying this, and this is super important, I mentioned this in all my videos, right? Price can still break down. So if you go into a bigger time frame, say 4 hours, right? Price could still break down and come down to 9643.47. That's this level right here. It could break down and come to the zone, but I personally do not think it's going to be coming to this zone anytime soon. It will probably come to this zone later on once it does another touch at the top level right here, okay? But I think it's going to push up, and then once it pushes up, then we can then factor in potential drawdown all the way down to 9643.47, in my opinion. All right, it is super important that you do your own research just to double check everything that I'm saying. That is if you're trying to use information that I talk about in this video for yourself. I don't mind it. That's why I make the videos anyways, to just put my opinion out there for all you guys to look at. There might be a situation that you haven't noticed, and then obviously you'll be able to seize upon it. And likewise, if I've done something in this video and there is an opportunity that I haven't seen, I'll be super happy if you posted something in the comment, just so that we can learn off each other, because that's what it's about. I'm not the finished article. I'm just a regular Joe, just like you guys, right? So yeah, so that's it. So, and once again, guys, look, if you found the content in this video useful, right? You found it useful and you want to see more content just like it. You want to see content on me analyzing the NAS, you want to see content on me doing back testing, you want to see content on all that kind of stuff, right? It's really simple. 3 moves you need to make, right? Which is hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a quick like. And if you have some awesome ideas, awesome concepts, awesome things you want me to look at, okay, I'm more than happy to do it on your behalf. We just need a couple people to vote it up on your behalf. So the more people vote it up, the more likely I will do it. I just don't want to do one thing and it's like nobody's interested in it. A typical example is when there was a gentleman that asked me to do an analysis for the DAX. I did it, I poured my heart into it, and not a lot of people were interested in that. I'm glad I did it for him, and I will do it again. But what I want to do is I want to do things that the maximum amount of people can benefit of. So whatever you want me to analyze, I will analyze it on your behalf. Just know this: Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are exclusively for NAS100. That's all we talk about on those days. If you're tuning in on those days, that is what we're talking about. On the Tuesday and the Thursday, it could be about whatever you want me to look at that is in the markets, okay? So if you want me to look at a crypto and give my personal views on that, I can look at that for you. Yep, you want me to look at a currency pair, I can do all of that for you. That is no issue, all right? But the only thing is that you post it in a comment and let's see how many likes or how many other people agree with what you said. Then I go ahead and do that, so I know that at least when I do the video, people are at least gonna review the content to give me the thoughts on that. Because the last thing you want to do is do work and then obviously no one wants to see it. It's not a nice feeling at all. So that's what I want. So I don't mind doing it, but the viewers got to be down for watching it once I've done it. All right. So with that said, guys, thank you for coming over. Much appreciated. All the love goes out to you. I wish you the best week possible, okay? And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be on Wednesday. Or if someone drops something awesome and it's voted up, we'll get something on Tuesday evening. All right? So until then, this is Pips and Points signing out.